3,000.
Not guilty.
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse. You're going to love it. Really.
I would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
Oh, I say guilt, gentlemen, because it was guilt.
Outro is coming. Sorry, can only do so many things at once.
That's right.
Got to have time to masturbate.
You're just playing right now.
I'm just playing. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. So, what do we got?
We've got.
I Texas, go fuck yourself, man. Florida, I don't know, bag of dicks for you. Mississippi, Louisiana, I don't know. MLA, the tri-state area, Louisiana. Like, I like your culture, but
I like Nola. Nola's awesome.
I am the Jacob.
I am your Miss Parker.
Now,
and we have a familiar face. That would be America's best Christian, Betty Bowers. And Betty Bowers is very pro-life, and she is going to tell you.
She should have gone with Baptist Betty Bowers. That way she could do like triple B, like Better Business.
That's true.
I think it was a terrible branding.
They'd come up in a Google search.
She should brand.
But she, as America's best Christian, obviously has some opinions about life. And
you got some opinions?
Yeah. So Betty's going to speak on how she feels about life.
People ask me, Betty, as a conservative Christian, why are you so obsessed with abortion when Jesus never mentioned it? Not even once. Jesus? What conservative Christian listens to him? No.
I woke up and was like, even Jesus Christ was like, Jesus Christ. Jesus woke up and said, me.
Are you talking about the morning of the SCOTUS decision?
Yeah, me. That's what he
was like, you know what? I better wear a helmet today because all the women are throwing rocks at the men.
I am against a woman's right to control her own body because life is precious. Well, unless it's
Can
hers.
I donkey punch you now? It's
Conservative
illegal for me to
Christians, life
donkey
is
punch you.
always precious without any
do it like Rudy
qualification.
Giuliani got donkey punched.
Except for that one. Let me be honest for a second. That may not be technically accurate. All lives are precious with one. Okay, two at most. Other exceptions. Life is precious, but healthcare is negotiable. Life is precious until a senator, congressman, or Supreme Court justice's daughter gets pregnant. Life.
All right, I get where you're going with this.
It
brilliant.
gets worse.
No, it's brilliant. It's what I've been railing about for the last 3 days.
But what's so amazing is that it just goes on and on and on, and it gets worse and worse. And basically, she debunks every fucking thing that these conservative Christians are espousing.
Look, there was no less than 2 men and I guess 1.5 women here yesterday. Is that how that works? No, I don't know.
We're like 1 and 3/4.
Yeah, 1
I don't
and 3
know how to do the
quarters.
math.
Women here yesterday. We were having
No, we're
conversation
3/4.
about-
We're
it's like-
3/4.
Okay.
So yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
I'm doing the
It
math.
was 2 men and 1.5 women.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Well, 1.5 people. There were.
Oh, so are you going with people now?
There were 3.5 people here, 2 of whom were women,
and 4 of which were so exceptionally pissed off that I couldn't take it. I was like, okay, like here, like this is here we go. All right. Like just that moment where I'm like, okay, I have all these opinions about all this stuff, but there's not a lot I can do about it. All I can do is watch you and Cindy get stripped of your rights. No, I mean, it doesn't really matter because of your exceptional age, being 140 years old, and Cindy is like, what, I don't know, 190?
No, I thought we agreed on 400.
It's 400. I don't know.
Have you not been paying attention to
I was told there would be no math.
bathing in blood of virgins?
I was told there would be no math. I don't keep track of bitches.
You just whip an age out of your
No.
ass
All
every
right.
time you
Tell
think
me how
about-
you feel about this, or I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I feel it's awesome.
Precious. But not as precious as the guns that end them. Life is precious unless you're wearing a hoodie.
It's so duh
Life
at this
is
point.
precious unless we send a drone as our +1 to your Arabian wedding.
God,
Life is precious
terrible.
unless
Which
it's
has
ended by
happened.
someone in a
Oh, yeah. I
uniform.
know.
Unless the dead person was ransacking the Capitol for Mr. Trump. And then it goes back to being precious again. Life is precious unless you forgot to be white.
Oh,
Now I'm gonna stop at that because that's gonna piss a lot of people off. Probably. But it's like, yeah, I've literally used my white privilege.
oh, me too.
Like,
Have I told you my cop stories?
Yeah, you told us all.
Basically, I am, when they say serve and protect, I am what is being protected from
Yeah, tall
Black
white
people.
chicks.
I am. Cops pull me over,
And
are
they-
pissed off.
they
I
go,
open my
"Never mind."
window. They take one look at me and they're basically, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you were speeding. Run along. Don't do it again. That's basically.
Yeah. My dad met a guy who spent 6 months in prison and he was driving on a expired license while black.
Oh,
Meanwhile, my dad got pulled over and they just let Helen drive. He just said, he goes, this is like 1994, 1993 or whatever. And the cop goes, you know, your license expired. And my dad is, when he's telling his story, he's laughing his ass off because he goes, yeah, it expired in like 1984. Like this fucking thing. But he was just like, yeah. And then, like, not that long after, this dude was like, I got pulled over for driving on an expired license. And he just got out of jail after 6 months.
okay.
There was a distinct difference between my father and this man.
I had never really had an encounter with cops. My best friend, one of my best friends, when I was in 8th grade, we were hanging out pretty much in front of my house or on the corner, and we were just talking, and he said, I'm going to be right back. He wanted to go get his rollerblades. So he took off, and our other friend and I, my best friend, we were standing there talking, and it took forever. And we're like, is he coming back? He's black, by the way. He's a black.
And now he's dead.
No, but let me tell you.
I was waiting for you to say.
No, he actually is an investment banker in Massachusetts
you
making
go.
shit tons of money, and those cops are probably dead. But what ended up happening, he finally came back on his rollerblades and he had a citation. Skinny 14-year-old
hopefully he just
kid.
threw it away.
No, he said he was cited for jaywalking. And I'm like, we do that every
But
fucking
now
day.
he's dead.
Those cops are dead. And my friend Derek is making shit tons of money on the East Coast and has already, said, one of these. But I didn't know anything about racial profiling back then. And I asked him, I said, how do they do that? How did you get cited for jaywalking? I do it all the time. And he said, duh.
Look, in my mind,
Because I'm black.
I don't wish for cops to be shot. I wish for individuals who happen to be cops to be shot. Just them. And they put themselves in the risk point.
I
would
want to
never
play devil's advocate just a little bit
I
to
don't-
quote our former asshole president.
Do I really look like a
There
guy
are
with a
fine
plan?
people on both sides. There are good cops.
There are good cops. No, that didn't work.
I have another cop story
No,
from
sir. I
Richmond.
didn't like it.
We got our house robbed when I was about 12 years old. I came home one day and my brother said, we've been robbed. And I'm like, what? He goes, go look in your room.
In British.
I went into my bedroom, my parlor, and my bedroom window was pried open. There was
Pride, you say?
The drawers on my chest were pried open. Clothing was strewn all about the bedroom.
As clothing does.
And the top of my dresser was completely cleared off. I went into my parents' chamber. My mother's jewelry box was open and jewelry was everywhere. My father's camera equipment was all over the room. That's my first clue that they weren't pros. My brother's chamber was ransacked.
They were trying to hide making porn.
My brother's bedroom was ransacked.
Not a Christian!
And there were $5 worth of bus tickets removed, and $50 in cash, and the back door was open.
Getting better.
Okay, so we called the cops. The cops came in, took fingerprints, and took a report, and that was that.
Oh, not today.
Okay, so there's a part 2 to this story, and this is where the bad cop part comes in.
Okay, well, we'll be back with that in a moment. I am the G.
I am your Miss Parker.
This
Is Nothing Yet Live.